All right, we have one final request for today's review. Winter 2021 T2 Part II. There's an error on the answer key. We're going to fix it now. And before we start, we're going to cross off all the potassium ions, replace them with their charges. That tells us this one on the right with 2 H's. And that's not the one with 3 protons, which would be the lowest pKa. So the one with 2 protons would be the second lowest pKa, 12.7. And since we're here, we're going to do pKb for its conjugate partner. There we go. That means this over here is an acid with some kind of pKa. Oh, no. And acids don't react with acids. That was ridiculous. Acids react with bases. And that means we're going to pick the pKa that's the lowest available one here. And it tells us this is the triprotonated version. And when you're told it's triprotonated and they give you 5 pKas, that means there's only 3 left. And this one's gone. And this one's gone. Because there's 3 left. And the one that's strongest is the asp carboxylic acid, which is right here. And the pKa is 4.1. And over here, the pKa is 14 minus 4.1. It's a hair under 10. 14 minus 4 is 10. 14 minus 4.1, 9.9. Okay, that is a pretty bad looking minus sign. All right.
Isn't it 4.9 instead of 4.1?
If I could read, I see it's 4.9 and I apparently can't read. So let's just fix that all up so it looks prettier. I think we're gonna get 9.1 this time. I wasn't reading properly. My eraser stopped erasing. There we go. 14 minus 4.9. Well, it's 14 minus 5 would be 9, right? But this will be bigger than that because you're not subtracting 5, you're subtracting 4.9, 9.1, or you can do long math, whatever it takes. Once again, if you set it up right and show me your work and get this wrong, you're going to still get a quarter point.
Dr. Whitaker, I just want to ask a question real quick. So if say this question said diprotonated, so I would automatically cross out the first 3?
Yes.
Okay.
And if it said monoprotonated, cross them all off except the last one.
Thank you.
All right. Then I just fixed this, as you were talking, I fixed the 4.1 mistake here too. That the student pointed out.
Wait, but you didn't cross off the first 3 here, and it says triprotonated.
If you cross off the first 3, it's only diprotonated. There's only 2 left.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you.
Okay. So pKeq is the left pKa minus the right every day of the week. The left pKa is 4.9. The right pKa is 12.7. Here's what I do. I flip it. And remember, the sign's going to be wrong if I do 12.7 minus 4.9. 7 minus 9 is an 8. And it brings your 2 down to a 1. And 11 minus 4 is 7. And verify when you add 7 and 4, you get 11, and you get 1.7 here. It works out to 12.7. Okay. And pKeq is negative 7.8 because I took the bigger one from the smaller one. And that's That proves we're gonna circle the arrow to the right, but we knew before then we're circling the arrow to the right because it points to the more stable acid with a pKa of 12.7. Less stable acid has a pKa of 4.9. And I think we did all the parts. No, we didn't. We didn't draw molecule Z. And this one is easy to do a short form on, as will be yours on Monday. You can circle easily all the parts except for the one that didn't react. I consciously made sure you could do that. But you make sure you circle everything up to and not including the CO2H. Tell me you're calling that R. And here's molecule Z. You ready? R. And CO2 became CO2 what? CO2
Minus.
minus. There is molecule Z. That's 2 points. Remember, half your points come from doing this label properly. If you don't do it, if you just do R something here and you don't tell me what R is, I don't know what to do. I'll look for a way to give you some credit.
I have a question.
Yes.
Sometimes you give us the exact same question and you give us 2 pKa's for carboxylic acids, but sometimes you don't specify which belongs to which peptide. So how would we know from where should we take off the H or put it on from which like carboxylic acid?
Well, you've got to do powers of deduction. If I like this 2, you don't know what it was?
No, I
Well,
mean, so
I know it's the one that's not DAP, because I told DAP it's got to be a carboxylic acid.
sometimes you don't specify which one is it for which
Isn't it-
peptide.
So this would be the 2. If this was CO2H, this one would be the 2. I'm telling you what to do if I didn't specify this is the 2.0. Right? With an H on it, that's the 2.0. The other clues didn't talk about it, and it's clearly a low pKa because it's the conjugate base of a carboxylic acid. So it's got to be somewhere near 5, right? So yeah, use deduction from the clues that are given, and I don't give clues for all of them ever. You'll look, hey, what's this 9.8 for? Well, I know it's not the DAP ammonium, it's probably another ammonium. Here's the DAP ammonium right up here. DAP is the last part of the molecule. There it is. This one is 9.8. Did I tell you that? No. Did you figure it out? Yes.
Okay, so you would always give some kind of clues because
Enough
let's say you
clues
gave
that
the-
you can fill in the missing pieces with deduction. And teaching people deduction is probably the most important thing scientists can do, right?
Yeah, I see.
Using knowledge that you've learned somewhere else and applying it to something you haven't seen before. That's deduction. Okay. So there we go. And there's other videos on that. So we got that, and I do have to go because I'm running up against the clock myself now.
Thank you,
Right.
doctor.
I gotta
Thank you
get
very
these-
much.
All right.
Thank you. We appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And I will bid you adieu until I see you tomorrow. Try to be right on time, like
Have a great day. I'll be there before, don't worry.
on the hour. And if you're there a little early, I'll probably let you start a little early.
I bet. I'll be there early.
Afternoon class, I'll let you start maybe a little earlier than 11. Evening class, I'll let you start a little earlier than 5.
Perfect. All right. Thank you. Have a great weekend.
You too,
Enjoy the
guys.
games today.
Yeah. All right.
right.
Thanks.
Yeah, welcome.
Lions.